Good morning and welcome back. I need you to stop what you're doing right now because what I'm about to share with you could completely change the way you think about aging skin. And I mean that. Most women over 50 are spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on creams, serums, and treatments, chasing collagen in bottles when nature has already packed it into something you can buy for $2 at any grocery store. I'm Dr. Thomas, and today we're talking about 7 seeds. 7 tiny, humble, often overlooked seeds that have been scientifically shown to support collagen production, reduce inflammation, and give your skin that glow that people assume you can only get from expensive procedures. And I want to tease something right now because I know you'll want to skip ahead. The #1 seed on this list is something almost no one is talking about. Most health channels won't touch it because it's not glamorous, it doesn't have a fancy marketing campaign behind it, but the research coming out of 3 separate universities in the last 4 years is absolutely stunning. So please stay with me until the end. Now, before we dive in, I want to ask you something personal. Leave a comment below telling me your age and one thing about your skin that's been bothering you most, whether it's dullness, sagging around the jawline, fine lines, dryness, whatever it is. I read every single comment on this channel, everyone, and I personally respond as often as I can. You are not just a viewer to me, you are the reason I make these videos. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients, conducted by researchers at the University of Bologna, followed 246 women between the ages of 52 and 74 over a period of 12 weeks. They found that women who incorporated specific seed-based nutrients into their daily diet showed a 34% improvement in skin elasticity and a 28% reduction in visible fine lines compared to the control group. 34%, without injections, without laser treatments, without a single expensive cream. That study reference, along with everything else I cite today, is linked in the description below. Now, collagen is the scaffolding of your skin. Think of it like the steel framework inside a building. It's what keeps everything lifted, firm, and structured. After the age of 25, your body begins losing about 1% of its collagen every single year. By the time you're 50, you've already lost a quarter of what you had. By 60, the picture becomes even more significant. And after 70, a process called anabolic resistance, which simply means your body becomes less efficient at using the nutrients you give it, makes it harder to rebuild what's been lost. But here's what's exciting. The right nutritional inputs can absolutely slow, and in some cases, partially reverse that decline. These 7 seeds are some of the most powerful tools available to us, and they are sitting in the bulk aisle right now, waiting for you. Let's count down from 7 to 1, saving the most powerful for last. Coming in at number 7, we have pumpkin seeds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pumpkin seeds, really? But stay with me, because these small, flat, green seeds are one of the most zinc-dense foods on the planet, and zinc is something most women over 50 are quietly, chronically deficient in without ever knowing it. A study from researchers at Oregon State University found that nearly 40% of adults over the age of 55 do not meet their daily zinc requirements through diet alone. Why does that matter for skin? Because zinc is directly involved in collagen synthesis. It activates the enzymes, and think of enzymes like tiny construction workers that your body uses to build and repair collagen fibers. Without adequate zinc, your body is trying to build that steel framework without the workers to put it together. I had a patient, Margaret, 67 years old, from Scottsdale, Arizona. She came to me frustrated because she was doing everything right, eating well, sleeping, staying hydrated, but her skin still looked dull and her nails were brittle. We discovered she had low zinc levels. Within 8 weeks of adding 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds to her diet daily, she described her complexion as looking, quote, more alive than it had in years. Her words, not mine. For pumpkin seeds, aim for about 2 tablespoons per day, roughly 28 grams. You can eat them raw, lightly roasted without salt, or blended into a smoothie. The synergy tip here is to pair them with a small amount of vitamin C, a few slices of orange, some bell pepper, because vitamin C significantly enhances zinc absorption in the gut. Moving to number 6, we have sesame seeds. Tiny, yes. Powerful, absolutely. Sesame seeds are one of the richest dietary sources of lignans, a class of plant compounds that act as gentle phytoestrogens, meaning they mimic some of the effects of estrogen in the body. After menopause, estrogen levels drop dramatically, and estrogen plays a direct role in maintaining skin thickness and moisture. Research from Tohoku University in Japan followed postmenopausal women for 11 weeks and found that those who consumed sesame seed lignans showed a statistically significant improvement in skin hydration and a reduction in transepidermal water loss, which is just a clinical way of saying their skin held onto moisture far better. Beyond hormonal support, sesame seeds contain something called sesamin, an antioxidant that research published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences has shown can reduce oxidative stress in skin cells by up to 27%. Oxidative stress is essentially the rusting of your cells. It's what causes that dull, tired appearance that so many women describe. The preparation tip here is simple. Use tahini, which is just ground sesame paste, or sprinkle whole sesame seeds on salads, soups, or stir-fries. About 1.5 tablespoons daily is the target. Pair them with healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, because the fat-soluble compounds in sesame absorb significantly better in the presence of dietary fat. Number 5 is sunflower seeds, and this one is particularly important for women dealing with what I call the inflammation aging cycle. Sunflower seeds are extraordinarily rich in vitamin E, specifically the alpha-tocopherol form, which is the most bioavailable form of vitamin E for human tissue. 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds contains nearly 80% of your recommended daily intake. Vitamin E works as a lipid-soluble antioxidant, which means it protects the fatty membranes of your skin cells from damage. Think of those cell membranes like the walls of a house. Vitamin E is the weatherproofing that keeps the elements out. A clinical study from the University of California, Davis found that consistent vitamin E intake was associated with a 23% reduction in UV-induced skin damage markers in women over 55. This is crucial because UV damage is the single biggest external driver of collagen breakdown. I want to mention a patient named Dorothy, 72, from Columbus, Ohio. Dorothy had spent decades gardening. She loved it, but the sun had taken a toll on her forearms and chest. After 3 months of incorporating sunflower seeds and adjusting her overall antioxidant intake, her dermatologist commented on the measurable improvement in her skin texture at her next visit. Dorothy told me it felt like her skin had been given a second chance. The practical tip: eat them raw or very lightly roasted. Heat destroys a significant portion of the vitamin E content. Sprinkle them on yogurt, oatmeal, or salad. Pair sunflower seeds with selenium-rich foods, like a single Brazil nut, because selenium and vitamin E work synergistically to amplify each other's antioxidant effect. Number 4 is hemp seeds, and this is where the science gets genuinely exciting. Hemp seeds contain what nutritional scientists call the ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, a 3-to-1 ratio, which research from the University of Manitoba has demonstrated is uniquely well-suited for reducing systemic inflammation. And I cannot overstate how important inflammation is in the aging conversation. Chronic low-grade inflammation, researchers sometimes call it inflammaging, is now understood to be one of the primary drivers of accelerated skin aging. It degrades collagen, disrupts the skin's repair mechanisms, and accelerates the visible signs of aging by years. Hemp seeds also contain gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA, which directly supports the skin's lipid barrier, the outermost protective layer of your skin. A study from the journal Lipids in Health and Disease found that women who supplemented with GLA showed a 25% improvement in skin smoothness and a reduction in dryness after 12 weeks. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds daily is the sweet spot. They have a mild, slightly nutty flavor and can go into absolutely anything: smoothies, oatmeal, sprinkled over avocado toast. The synergy tip: combine them with turmeric, which contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound. The two together create a compounding anti-inflammatory effect that research suggests is greater than either alone. Right here, before we get to the top 3, which are genuinely the most powerful items on this list, I want to ask you something. If this video has already given you one new idea, one thing you didn't know before, would you take 2 seconds to hit the like button? It costs you nothing, and it tells this channel's algorithm that women over 50 deserve real science-based health information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We release new research-backed content every week, and I would love for you to be part of this community. Now, number 3. Flaxseeds. Flaxseeds deserve far more respect than they typically receive, and here is why. They are the single richest plant-based source of alpha-linolenic acid and omega-3 fatty acid, and they contain up to 800 times more lignans than any other plant food. Yes, 800 times. I mentioned lignans with sesame seeds, but flax seeds take this to an entirely different level. Research from the University of Toronto, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, followed women between the ages of 50 and 74 and found that daily flaxseed consumption was associated with a 31% improvement in skin sensitivity, increased hydration, and reduced skin roughness over a 12-week period. What makes flax seeds specifically powerful for women over 50 is that combination of phytoestrogenic lignans and anti-inflammatory omega-3s working simultaneously on 2 of the biggest drivers of postmenopausal skin decline: After 65, your body's mitochondria, the energy factories inside every cell, begin producing less energy, which slows cell turnover and makes skin look dull and lifeless. The omega-3s in flax seeds have been shown to support mitochondrial function, essentially helping your skin cells work more efficiently. Critical preparation tip: always use ground flaxseed, not whole. Your digestive system cannot break down the hard outer shell of whole flax seeds, which means the nutrients pass right through you. Buy ground or grind them yourself in a coffee grinder, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. Store ground flaxseed in the refrigerator to prevent the oils from going rancid. The synergy tip: pair with vitamin D, either through a supplement or a vitamin D-rich food like salmon, because omega-3s and vitamin D together support skin cell regeneration far more effectively than either alone. I had a patient, Evelyn, 71 years old from Portland, Oregon, who had been struggling with severely dry, flaking skin on her face and hands for nearly 4 years. She tried every moisturizer on the market. Within 6 weeks of adding 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed to her morning oatmeal, she called my office to tell me her skin had stopped flaking entirely. Her daughter had asked what she'd changed. The answer was a $2 bag of seeds. Number 2 on our countdown is Chia Seeds, and I want to spend a meaningful amount of time here because Chia Seeds are one of the most complete nutritional packages nature has ever assembled for aging skin. Chia Seeds are approximately 20% complete protein by weight, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids. This matters enormously because collagen is made from protein. Specifically, collagen synthesis relies on 3 amino acids: glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. While chia seeds don't contain hydroxyproline directly, they provide the glycine and proline building blocks, and they reduce the inflammatory environment that degrades collagen faster than it can be built. A landmark study from the National Autonomous University of Mexico found that participants over the age of 55 who consumed chia seeds daily for 10 weeks showed a 40% increase in skin hydration markers and a significant reduction in plasma C-reactive protein, which is a key inflammation marker in the blood. 40%. That is not a minor improvement. Chia seeds are also uniquely high in calcium. A single ounce contains more calcium than a glass of milk, and calcium plays an often overlooked role in skin cell turnover and wound healing. After the age of 70, your body loses approximately 35% of its ability to absorb calcium efficiently, making food-based calcium sources even more important. 2 tablespoons daily is ideal. The best preparation is to soak them in water, almond milk, or coconut milk overnight to create what's called a chia gel. This dramatically increases bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs far more of the nutrients than it would from dry seeds. The synergy tip: combine chia seeds with kiwi or strawberries. The vitamin C in those fruits activates the enzymatic processes needed for collagen fiber formation, and the combination of hydration, protein precursors, and vitamin C creates what I'd call the perfect collagen-building morning environment. And now number 1, the seed that almost nobody is talking about. The seed that, when I first read the research, made me sit back in my chair and wonder why this wasn't front-page news. That seed is black sesame seed. Now, don't confuse these with the white sesame seeds I mentioned earlier. Black sesame seeds are a completely different nutritional profile and a profoundly more powerful compound set. Black sesame seeds are extraordinarily rich in anthocyanins, the same dark pigment compounds found in blueberries, combined with sesaminol, a form of lignan that researchers at Nagoya University in Japan found to have the ability to activate something called SIRT1, one of the longevity genes associated with cellular repair and reduced DNA damage in skin cells. A 2022 study published in the journal Oxidative Medicine and Cellular Longevity found that women between 55 and 75 who consumed black sesame powder daily for 8 weeks showed a 38% increase in superoxide dismutase activity. That's one of your body's own internal antioxidant enzymes, and a measurable improvement in skin brightness scores as rated by blinded dermatological evaluators. What makes black sesame seeds unique for aging bodies specifically is their impact on melanin regulation. After 50, uneven melanin distribution causes age spots and hyperpigmentation, the uneven skin tone that makes skin look older. The compounds in black sesame seeds work at the cellular level to regulate melanin production without suppressing it entirely, supporting a more even, luminous complexion from the inside out. I want to tell you about a patient named Rosa, 68 years old from San Antonio, Texas. Rosa had deep concerns about the dark spots that had appeared on her cheeks and forehead over the previous decade. She had tried topical treatments with limited success. After 10 weeks of daily black sesame seed powder mixed into warm water each morning, just 1 tablespoon, she came back for a follow-up, and I genuinely had to look twice. The improvement in her skin evenness was visible to me clinically. Rosa told me she'd started getting compliments at church. She said, "Dr. Thomas, I feel like myself again." For Black Sesame Seeds, 1 tablespoon of black sesame powder in warm water, a smoothie, or mixed into oatmeal each morning is the recommended amount. You can find black sesame powder at most Asian grocery stores or online. The synergy tip: take it with a small amount of collagen peptide powder or bone broth. The black sesame seeds support the internal antioxidant environment, while the collagen peptides provide the direct amino acid precursors. Together, you are giving your body both the raw materials and the ideal biochemical conditions to rebuild skin structure. Now, let me leave you with this. I have spent decades working with patients, and one thing I have seen again and again is that the most powerful changes in health come not from the most expensive interventions, but from the most consistent small ones. You are not too old. I want to say that clearly and directly. You are not too old for your skin to improve, for your cells to respond, for your body to rebuild. The research backs this up. Women in their 70s and 80s who make targeted nutritional changes see measurable, visible results. Your independence, your confidence, your quality of life, these things are worth fighting for, worth investing in, even if that investment costs $2 and tastes like a handful of seeds on your morning yogurt. It is never too late to give your body what it has been waiting for. If you found value in this video today, please subscribe to this channel and share it with a woman in your life who deserves to know this. Leave me a comment below. Tell me which of these 7 seeds you're going to try first and how old you are. I want to hear from you. I read every comment. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. You are absolutely worth it.